Hey guys, this is Mitch with the Department of Bad Ideas, and if you haven't noticed before, a lot of my older videos, and actually all my videos for the most part, there's been this blur in all of my gameplay footage that I've been trying to figure out how to fix, and I think I finally figured out how to get rid of that. I was watching through Das Boschit's videos on how to do video editing and what render setting you should use, and there were two big things that I realized on my channel. The one that he pointed out is that resampling is a thing that all Sony products seem to have enabled by default. What that does is, if I'm rendering a video, by default, this is set to 29.9796. Something about that for my frame rate, which is fine for NTSC, but I'm exported to YouTube. But I'll get to that later. So when I'm recording my base footage at 30 frames per second and it's at a reduced frame rate in the final render, say I've got my 2 frames right here, but I'm rendering at a slightly smaller one. So after a few frames, there's a frame in between where, okay, frame, there's where the next frame is, and then there's this gap here. So what it does is it takes the 2 frames, merges them together, and blurs them together to create a frame to go in between. That's what resampling does. However, if I disable that, it just keeps the same frame or it jumps to the next frame. It won't be blurred, which is my primary issue I'm having. The other thing I'm doing is I'm switching the frame rate back to over to 30 because I didn't realize I was at that NTSC frame rate for the longest time. So hopefully the combination of these two will clear up the final video. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to show you guys really quick what it looked like in the previous video I just uploaded. Then I'm going to show the same piece of raw footage, but at the correct frame rate and the correct resampling settings and everything. So you'll be able to tell right away how big of an improvement this is going to be. So first up, this is the raw footage from the Arsenal video, the weaponized pelvic thrusting video I just put up a few hours ago. And as you can see, there's a lot of blur right here. Now to jump over to this piece right here, this is the same raw footage I used for that, but I have the resampling disabled and I'm at the correct frame rate. So this is going to be a hell of a lot cleaner. There's not going to be any of the issues that I would be having normally. So hopefully this means that all of my footage from this point on, using these correct rendering methods, will be a hell of a lot cleaner. So, yeah, I just want to get this out there. If any of you guys are doing video editing and you're experiencing the same issue I have, check and see if there's resampling enabled. It works for some types of videos where you need to blur them together. That works. In other cases, like game footage, all that camera rotation will get blurred up and it'll just butcher the quality. And for the frame rate, normalizing your frame rate to match your raw footage, which I wasn't doing, and making sure it's an even number will definitely help on YouTube. So, this is Mitch with the Department of Bad Ideas, signing off with some hopefully cleaner footage.